Welcome to the Leader Mentality Show with Rob Clemens. This is a very special day here because so often I spend all my time talking about people making sure you have your values correct, making sure you have a vision statement and a mission statement and keeping your team pumped up. But we haven't talked enough about the physical side of things. We don't always talk enough about keeping yourself healthy so that you can make it through those long weeks when you are putting in that 6 and 7 day week. And look, whether you're in a true management position or you're just a person that's showing leadership at some point in your organization, a big part of your plan has always got to be stay physically fit. And so I brought on an expert today for everybody. And just in case you didn't know, he does work out a little bit. There's the proof. I'm glad I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt today. But Jon, welcome to the show, my friend.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, we have Jon Smalls with us, and he's a personal trainer. He's a bodybuilder, and we're going to unpack that a little bit today. But Jon, I wanted to show you something I'm kind of proud of, man. Okay. I recently got nominated and into the McLeod Fellows Association, and yeah, man, I appreciate that. Somebody had nominated me, and McLeod does a great program, and since we're a couple of local guys here, I want to talk about this. McLeod Health has been doing a great job in the community, and they do this program to get people incorporated into what they do, and so they sent me this magazine. Have you seen this before?
No, it's the first.
Man, this thing is impressive. And look, if you guys are wondering what the McLeod Health System is doing, check them out, man. They've got so many inspiring stories about things their doctors have done. And, you know, we talk so much about making a difference in the world. Right. I know you're a big difference maker guy. I just thought that was really cool, man. And it's high quality. So well done, McLeod, you know?
Awesome.
Man, I might let you take that home with you.
I need a good read.
Yeah, right, there you go. Well, Jon, man, what you been up to lately, bud?
Oh, man, just staying out of the way.
Yeah.
But in an incubation stage of growing my body.
Oh, yeah.
Getting really in tune and connecting with mind and muscle.
Okay. Well, that's cool stuff. Well, just in case, I went ahead and got you your favorite protein shake. I got you a little muscle milk there. And of course, I'm doing the gold standard here. But I just want to make sure that you were properly proteined up during the show. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right. A little salute. But no, man, so you've been doing a little bit with keeping your body going and growing. What all's been happening with you in the training world and everything like that?
Well, just like I said, staying out of the way, just really been focusing on just toning up my body, really growing my body naturally, organically, because it's super hard in this world of like growing it the right way. Right. I'm not saying it's the wrong way how other people do it, but the way I'm doing it, because I want to lead from the front. I want to show the young men and women that, you know, the oven babies are still here. Yeah. Microwaves don't have to take over to your life.
Right, I like that.
I'm an oven baby.
You're an oven baby. I like it. Or you could even be the outdoor grill baby, and that like even takes a little longer. Yeah, right. No, that's cool stuff. I like the way you're putting that. And with the bodybuilding game, I'll say that from what I've always read about it, and I was always a fan, man. Even as a kid, you know, getting the Arnold Schwarzenegger magazine, you know, where he's on the front, and you ever want to feel small? Maybe not you, but you look at Arnold back in the day, and this guy, man, the bowling ball shoulders, and you know what I mean?
Dude.
Yeah, well, he was the real deal. During the off season, these guys, like, a lot of times they don't stay as carved as they are for the competition. Is that kind of true with you too? You'll kind of like.
I think I'm different than these guys. Yeah. Like I don't lose what I've had, what I've got, because naturally that's what's in me. Tapping into my genetics, and as well, I'm very strict at how I eat and live. Yeah. So I have never really put my body on something synthetic. Okay. So it's never dropped. So what you see is what you got. Yeah. So
year round, you're carved up like you are. Yeah. And man, that's good stuff. And I feel like that's a message for people anyway. We get into the world sometimes, and we feel like everybody, you know, oh man, you got to cheat to stay ahead, you know? Yeah. You remember baseball? Go back to, what was it, late 90s baseball. You remember Sammy Sosa and all those guys? These guys are getting really big. And at some point, baseball said, well, we're cutting that out. But I remember reading some of the stories from these people, and they would say, I felt like just to keep up with everybody, I had to do stuff.
Yeah.
But you're proof you can still do it the right way and get pretty jacked.
Yeah. And less stress.
And less stress.
You know, and less stress on the organs and the mind, because, you know, doing those things sometimes causes stress on those organs, which we don't think about.
Well, that's a good point, man. And you never want to get to a point where you're sacrificing the future for the present, right? So
Correct.
Very important to do things the right way. Well, if you would, I know we talked before a little bit about some of your tips to keep yourself in top condition. You think you can share that with me today again?
Oh, wow. Yes, I can.
Yeah. You and I talked off the scene a little bit, and you talked about stuff like packing your gym clothes the night before. So maybe you give us 2 or 3 tips later, but we'll get back into that. All right. Okay. Well, cool, man. Well, tell me a little bit about, before we jump into things, do you have a certain bodybuilder that you looked at that you really are inspired by?
Oh, man. I have 2.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I have 2. Arnold.
Arnold, yeah.
You know, he's just the epitome of a great physique.
A great physique, and also a guy who was able to leverage that into bigger things for himself. Exactly. You know, like he didn't just stop and say, well, I'm just going to get really big. He was like, hey, let's parlay this into movies and all that. But okay, so you got Arnold.
Exactly. So that the evolution of being an athlete to a businessman.
Yeah.
But as well, when I competed in the border clash in Aiken, I had opportunity to sit amongst other athletes in front of Lee Haney. So Lee Haney, you know, he really dropped some jewels on us then, because he told us, guys, like, it's great that you're an athlete. It's great that you have this wonderful physique, but what are you going to do with it?
Wow.
How can you brand it? And what's the next step? So don't just be one-dimensional, but be three-dimensional. The same way that we judge you guys on stage to see the three-dimensional body.
Right.
So can you take that and apply that to your family life, your work life, your career, and your community?
Lee Haney dropping knowledge.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, man. As a little kid growing up, Lee Haney used to have this show he did.
Oh, wow.
And if you guys ever get a chance at home, go on YouTube. I'm sure you can still find it on there.
Okay.
But Lee Haney, he'd bring on guests, and they work out. And, man, this guy was so interesting, but he had these great biceps. And I don't want to get fanboy out too hard here. But you know what? He is a great guy. Now, is Lee... Is he in South Carolina, or is
He's
he
in Georgia?
Man,
he actually hosts a bodybuilding competition.
No way. Okay.
Yes.
Well, look, Lee, if you ever happen to come across this show, I welcome you to the show anytime, my friend. We'd love to have him on. Lee, that's your challenge. But well, cool, man. Well, I love that, you know, talking about all the dimensions that you have to be, and I think on bodybuilding, but also think as a person in life, you know, sometimes you sacrifice too much for your work, and then you look at your body or you look at your family and you see those slipping. So I mean, I think that's cool. Is that kind of what you talk about with your people?
Yeah, that's major facts. You hit it on the head, because you got to find that balance. You know, and if you don't have that balance, something's going to be offset. Yeah, and something's not going to go right. So you got to know how to impute those algorithms and those equations, because any problem you could solve them. So finding that balance and how to solve that problem. Man,
it's very cool stuff, man. I like it. Well, tell us a little bit about the muscle and fitness competition you did not too long ago. And we know that you were out there representing Myrtle Beach, man.
You're right.
Whether you know it or not, you're representing Myrtle Beach and doing great things. But tell me a little bit about that experience and how it ended up going.
Well, it was... So to technically get it clear, is an online competition.
Okay,
so I got nominated, which is my 3rd time getting nominated.
Wow.
So the first time I actually put myself in there. Second time I had a friend down in Charleston. He actually nominated me being there. But this time, randomly, I don't know how I got nominated, but you know, thank you for whoever
it was, right?
Yeah, but like they nominated me, and I was like, man, because I was gonna give up on it. Because I didn't understand the business and the aspect of what they were trying to do. It's like, man, I got a great physique. But again, you're talking about how can I evolve myself as an athlete. So this competition wasn't just about just how I look, but how can I advertise myself? How can I present myself? How can I bring more attention to this magazine, but not just this magazine? How can I draw more attention to myself? And who's going to follow you? You know, that's what it's about now in the social media world. How many followers can you get? How much attention can you draw? So it was about drawing that attention. So I really, you know, got to a level where I didn't think I was going to make it this year, because I got to the semi-final round, which I've never made it to.
Wow, okay.
Thanks to you guys out there in the social media world. Like, great support. But now, next time when it comes around, now you will see me in the streets. You'll see me at Barfields, TGI Fridays, doing something to draw in the attention, because it's all about branding yourself and getting out there amongst the people.
So are you saying that Muscle and Fitness, that was part of what they wanted you to do, is to become, or are you saying that's just something you needed to do to be successful with it?
Well, no, that's what Muscle and Fitness wanted you to do.
Okay.
And you had to kind of figure that out. You know, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat everybody because I got the best physique.
Right.
But it's not just about your physique. It's about marketing and advertising,
man.
You know.
Well, look, this is like life, right? I can have the best construction business ever. If nobody knows anything about it, it's not really doing you a whole lot of good, right?
Right.
So I like that they did that aspect of things. What did you learn the most about the social media side, or whatever it may be, from start to the finish line?
It took me out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
And
what is your comfort zone? Tell me about that.
My comfort zone is to be inside that gym, or be at the farm, or be with my son,
right,
or be amongst my family. But then it kind of, like, I don't have a problem with being in front of the people, but sometimes it's not my thing.
Right,
so
right.
It pushed me to be out there more involved, advertising what I do. Because I'm very quiet and subtle about what I do.
Right. You're more of a doer than a talker. I appreciate that, but
so like you say, you got the best construction company. If you don't advertise it, no one will ever know.
That's right.
And that's what it pushed me to. It's like, all right, where do you want to take this?
Okay.
Now you need to open up your mouth and say, hey, I'm one of the best ones around here. You guys need to see me, and this is what I got to do. So it pushed me to that. It gave me a whole nother machismo level.
Right.
Macho, confident level.
I'm going to tell you, sometimes people ask me what public speaking's about, because it's something a lot of people don't like doing. Some people don't like being out in the center of attention at all, but even public speaking. And I said, it's like working out, though. You'll get better at it the more you do. I mean, and some people are better at it naturally. Like the first time you went to the gym, you probably, were already doing pretty well for yourself, but you got better and better over time, right? And that's kind of how it is with that. So very cool stuff, man. What is a tip you have for growing your social media following? Was there any kind of thing that has done best for you?
Be unique.
Be unique.
That's the key. Like I'll say, be unique and team up with other people.
Right. Okay.
Finding someone else that's doing something that you like or you're interested, and get in front of the camera with them.
Yeah. I get you. Very cool stuff, man. Well, what about the personal training business, man? How's that going for you?
Well, right now, like I said, I've been in an incubation stage where I'm really trying to grow my body to a whole nother level. So like I'm only taking on a few clients at a time, so I'm not trying to overwhelm myself, but I do have a fitness app that they can actually download.
Okay.
So if you can't have me personally, you can actually have my app. So you have all the skills and tools that I have, and I put it on my app, and you can download it.
How do people find that app? What's the name?
So it's SPZ720 Fitness. All you have to do is go to your Google store or your Apple store, and you can download it.
Okay.
SPZ720 Fitness.
Well, we're going to definitely talk about that again, and I'll make sure I'm going to pop that up on the screen a little bit later too. Well, with the app, man, well done. We're going to definitely check that out. I'm excited about it. So for those of the people out there that don't know Jon Smalls, and they hadn't really gotten to meet you before, tell us a little bit about how you got here, man. Go back to high school and tell me how you get to be like you are.
Oh, wow. I was native from a strong family, a strong working mom and a strong working father, grandfather, grandma. Worked in the farm, but as well, when I got to high school, I already had these attributes of working. I had a work ethic about me. I had discipline. I had manners. And I got, pretty much shout out to Coach Dan D'Antoni. He saw me as a 8th grader at St. James Middle School. He it's like, no, you're not playing JV basketball. When you come to high school, you're going to play varsity basketball. It's like, man, I'm scared. I was like, no,
right?
No, these dudes, you know what I'm saying? And deepest condolences and always RIP to Derek Hilton, because he was one of the guys that actually, looked up to. And but coming in after him, and then Cortland Freeman and Alvin Green and Derek Robinson, Nick D'Antoni, Andrew D'Antoni, and all the other greats that played at Soxie High School. those big shoes.
And let me, before you go too far, so when you're throwing D'Antoni name, this is the same family that Mike D'Antoni's in too, right? So we're talking about big basketball names, man. A very, very good opportunity for you there.
Oh my gosh.
Now, did he run? So I know a little bit about Mike D'Antoni because I've seen him at the NBA level. Does Dan run a similar kind of an offense on his basketball teams?
Yeah, and he do not play. He do not play.
You're gonna be doing some running.
Yes, you will.
Right.
Yes. So he taught me a lot because naturally I'm a football player.
Right.
So I had to learn to get that stiffness out. So I've learned how to be fluid, and he really homed on me, and not just him, but like all the other teachers there, and as well the people that was around me, like the students, my peers, pushed me. They saw something great in me. So I didn't realize that I was that good, to go and do something bigger and better. So, I had a great career in high school.
And one thing I'll say about that, we talk a lot about your surroundings. You can be a talented person, but sometimes you got to look at the people who are surrounding you. You got good people surrounding you. Good things tend to happen. You got bad people. Sometimes bad things tend to happen.
Correct.
I heard something one time. I've always kind of kept it with me. They said you tend to be a combination of the 5 people closest in your life. It just in what you're doing a day to day. So it's cool to hear you say that from a young age. You got that encouragement and that work ethic. And I'm imagining working on a farm. You probably really learned some hard work.
Yes. Oh man, one thing about that, I remember there was a day where we had to bale hay, and I couldn't go to school.
Okay.
I had to bale hay all day long, and I remember the bus coming by, and I'm sitting on top of the haystack on the trailer, riding by, and the bus going by. Everybody's like, "Wait, where's that?" You see where I was at?
I mean, all right. So let's go back into your mind. I know some little kids just want to get out of school no matter what. Were you like, "Oh man, I want to go to school today," or?
I did. I really did. I thought school was the best place to be. It was a great hangout, but as well, it was just like I enjoyed going to Soxie High School.
Right.
I had a great time there.
Okay.
Maybe due to the fact that I was very talented, and it's like life was just different as an athlete.
Yeah.
But I had great coach staff. I had great parents. I had great siblings. So I learned a lot, but I found my fit at high school.
Okay,
and I had good friends.
Yeah, and so then you get out of high school, and what happens next?
We go to college. I was supposed to go to Coastal Carolina, but I said I do not want to go to Coastal Carolina. Because at the time, it's not that coastal that you guys see now. So I was kind of scared.
Look, Coastal's come a long way, no doubt. And I'm an OG Coastal guy. Like I came in when we were already Coastal Carolina, of course, but I was in there a little before we even had a football team.
Oh, wow.
And that football team has taken it to another level. And all the sports teams have been great, but you look at what it's done. Anyway, I've always got to stop when people mention CCU. Okay,
it was a beauty. Now, fast forward now, I'm upset that I did not go. Because a lot of my great friends, and obviously the head coach at Soxie High School, Alvin Green, he attended, Coastal, one of the best basketball players there, along with Derek Robinson. So, not knocking Coastal, but I really wanted to leave the area. So I had an opportunity to go down to Florida to play for a D2 junior college, or excuse me, D1 junior college.
Sure.
And went down there. It was a great experience ever. It molded me and taught me so much as a young man. And as well, still having Coach Dan D'Antoni in my ear, even though he wasn't my coach anymore.
He's sitting on your shoulder,
sitting on my shoulder, and as well, just my internal body was like, dude, you can't mess up.
Okay.
So learned a lot, did some great things, became a defensive all-star down there, and as well just had another opportunity to earn another scholarship to go to Campbellsville University, play there for a year. Then I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. I really wanted to play football, but basketball took me to another level.
Okay.
But I wanted more of a challenge. Plus I was a homebody. Father got sick. The farm was there. The farm was starting to grow. It had this vision to grow to another level. So I was like, I called my brother. Like, he got to come pick me up, man. I can't do this no more. It was overwhelming. So I didn't realize how talented I was and what I could done with my talent when I was at Campbellsville. But I wanted to come back home. And when my father seen me, he was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "I done lived my life. You need to go." And so I ended up joining the United States Marine Corps, man.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, man, we appreciate the service always.
Yes.
What you learned from the Marine Corps life?
Oh, man, accountability. Accountability and showing up. You know, even if you don't want to show up, just show up. Because that's the start of becoming great.
Yeah,
it's the start of becoming changing the mundane things that you're accustomed to, and now you can start gravitating towards that level of greatness.
Right.
Because showing up is half the battle.
Yeah, well, and being consistent with it.
Yeah.
And that is a great thing about the military life. Did they still make you do push-ups if you get in trouble out there?
Oh, man, like every time, you know what, all you guys that was messing up, even though I didn't get in trouble, I got in trouble. And that's why I look like this now, because of you guys. Thank you.
He was probably like a little guy when he came in and all those push-ups. No, but I'm guessing, what's a penalty in the military at basic training? Is it 10 push-ups, or is it like...
You don't even count.
Oh, you don't even...
The numbers don't even matter. You don't even know what's going on.
Well, it's good. Well, hey, but you know what? They're building you into a man, so I can appreciate that. So you did the military life, and then that brought you to where next?
Well, I stayed in San Diego, California, and came up with the grand idea of launching a pie baking business.
Okay, yeah.
To honor my family, honor what we did on the farm. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And what I did was actually present it to a board, a panel of people, kind of like Shark Tank, but it was for veterans. And actually, I made a vegetarian pie. My brother made a regular pie, which he shipped from South Carolina to me to California.
Okay.
So as I did my presentation, and by the time I got to the financial part of the presentation, they were like, "Shut it down. This pie is wonderful. We don't care about finance." Let's launch this business.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Those must have been some good pies. Are you still making pie? Did you bring a pie with you today? I've got to look.
Hey,
next time.
I owe y'all 20 pull-ups.
All right. That's awesome, though. Okay.
Yeah, so we launched that business, man. Had an opportunity to get on ABC to Chew a couple times with Dylan Radican.
Okay.
And so that was a wonderful thing. And, the pie business took off. And my brother stayed in California and actually now evolved the pie baking business to Cane Patch Kitchens, which he's over there still in San Diego.
Wow.
Running that business and doing great things. And I came back home.
So do you ever get to go back over to San Diego and catch up with him?
Next year.
Okay, next year.
So he's here now. He's here to hang out with us for a little bit because, we got some plans and hopefully we can work some things out
right
here.
On, yeah.
So, next year I'll be out there in San Diego hanging out with him for a little bit, but my place of business is here.
Man, San Diego's nice now.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. I've only been to San Diego once. When I went there, all of a sudden, I could breathe better. Right. It's like whatever allergies I got here, they're gone in San Diego.
Yes.
So it wasn't just me.
Dude, no, it's him. He's not lying, y'all. Because I really feel. I told my nephew, when you go to San Diego, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna realize that when you was living over here, you was watching the box TV.
Yeah.
With the little antenna on top, you had to hit the TV.
Over there is 4K.
Yes. It's like, what is this?
Oh, that's
this is
awesome.
life. But it's great for evolution. It's great for the human body to grow and see new things.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. I mean, I could have spent longer out there, just to experience the place, but that's an amazing story. And let me ask you something, and this is important to me. My father was military. Mm-hmm. We've had a lot of great military people on the show. Justin Ferraro, the owner of Rivertown Property Inspections, he was on the show. And we talked a little bit about post-military life. Ooh. Sometimes, when you get out of the military in whatever form or fashion you did, now you're trying to find what your next path is going to be. Mm-hmm. And so you found something that sounds really interesting. It was this opportunity for veterans. Mm-hmm. How did people get involved with that? If you're a veteran listening, how did you guys get involved with that? Did you just find it online, or?
Well, no, it was actually a pilot program. They were actually trying to help guys that was coming back from Afghanistan. But as well, I guess, even prior to Afghanistan, Iraq and Iran and Saudi Arabia and all the other, major wars that people come back from. But it was a pilot program was offering to veterans to actually learn hydroponics. Okay. So it was teaching agriculture from the hydroponic standpoint. Wow. So you get into the farming world.
Man, that's right down your alley.
Yeah. So it was like, wow, I did not realize it, but, I got selected to go to this program. I earned a scholarship to go to it. It was a 3 to 4 month program. Yeah. And so a lot of veterans, young, old, whoever, and I was still active duty. So that was a grand opportunity. Man. Most active duty guys don't get the opportunity to do that. Yeah. So I think time and the universe is on my side for me to do this because I was about to transition out. Yeah. And a lot of guys get to that point when they transition out, you get stuck. Yeah. Even though I had that, that stuck phase of, trying to figure things out, coming back from combat, and then transition out. Sure, yeah. And they try to push you to college, and a lot of us not ready for college. We still had that, you want to release. You still got sand in your boots. You don't know what you just want to let go. So I had the opportunity to start that, go through that program, and it actually opened up doors for me in California, and not just California, just with a lot of who's type of people. So like I built a lot of great ties to this day.
I'm going to tell you something, man. And by the way, congratulations on the success with the pie business, and to your brother and both of you guys. But the thing is you have an opportunity to be somebody that, military people who might feel that same thing can reach out to, because there's an inspiration to that. And so, well done with that. And if you ever can get more chances to do it, I encourage, man, always get out there and be able to be a leader for those military people that might need a hand up sometimes.
Yeah, man, because I got a story to tell. It's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy. You got to stay in the fight.
Stay in the
fight. And being around the right people. Like being around yourself, and you reaching out to me and communicating with me. That's great. It's like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
Because every now and then, that pitfall of your mind.
Yes.
For everyone, all of us, that mind is a crazy place sometimes.
Well, you and I both know Dr. Andre Blaylock a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And he'll tell you about this. A lot of times it's not easy for guys in particular to say, hey, I'm feeling vulnerable right now. Yeah. I'm feeling a little down right now. And so sometimes you just need that person that can say, hey, let's go, man. And talk to me and be real. Don't hide it and bury it. But hey, I'm here to help you out. So, man, keep doing that thing, man. That's really powerful stuff, brother.
Yeah, man.
Well, so since then, you've gone on to this training career, and you had a great social media following, and I think you're always doing interesting things. For the people who are listening to this show today, as I mentioned at the outset, I want to talk a little bit about that physicality, how important it is to feel good at what you're doing. And I was speaking to a group one day, and I said to them, how's everybody feel today? And they said, oh, we feel good. And I said, good, that's good, because you ever wake up with a headache or a stomach ache or whatever it is, and you're feeling so bad, and you're like, you all of a sudden appreciate how good you felt the day before, right? And so I like to talk about that a lot of times. How about if you could feel great every day? Set yourself up to be the best physical condition you can be in, so that you can really feel good about everything you're doing, and go to work and put in the hours and not feel like you're gassed. So I wanted to bring that today to the show. Give me some ideas of some things people can do just to kind of get that pep up, to get a good workout in, and be their best physical self.
Oh, man. Like I tell everyone, and this is not the first tip, but like, you drink water today for tomorrow.
Okay.
So tonight, you're going to go to the gym tomorrow. So you need to pack those clothes up tonight and say, hey, this is what I'm wearing today or tomorrow in the gym.
It's setting the stage for what you're going to do the next day. Mindset.
The mindset is so important, And then the next step is just knowing what you're going to do when you get there. Have a goal, have a vision, and again, kick the pride to the side and ask questions.
Right.
There's a lot of free information out there.
Yeah.
But as well, there's a lot of bad information out there. But you got to, pick and choose,
Right.
But I see a lot of people that come to the gym and they're lost. It's like when they go to one of these big major stores and they're going in for one thing, and then the next thing you know, their buggy is filled up with so much random stuff.
Right. You didn't set a plan, and you kind of busted your plan before you even got going.
Right.
Man, that's a great tip right there. Let me ask you a quick question before you get to tip number 3. What is your stance on people putting cameras in the gym and then working out and then posting things online?
Man.
That's kind of messed up, isn't it?
It is, but I'm the real judgment-free zone.
Okay.
So if that's what they do, but a lot of times, like, I noticed that some of these people that do that, they've been in the gym for like years, and I don't see no gain. So I don't understand. You're spending more time on the front of the camera.
Hey, if you're going to put yourself out there, you better be on point. Yes. Well, look, I actually respect when people are putting the camera and checking what they're doing, because you might be checking your form.
Yes.
You might be checking what you're doing. So I believe in that. It's more like the people who will film other people while they're in the gym, or they'll catch it. I'm like, well, man, don't put that online. There's certain things you got to have some etiquette, right?
I'm about to work on that, Rob.
All right,
I'm about to do a YouTube about gym etiquette.
Do a YouTube about that. Yes, I agree, man. And in that judgment-free zone, that's what I'm talking about, man. So I love that, by the way. All right, what else you got for us?
Oh, man, hydrate. Again, you know what I'm saying? I didn't say that was a tip, but this is a tip. But make sure you hydrate the day before for the next day.
Okay.
And not the day of. It's too late.
Gotcha. So you really need to like make sure you're staying fully hydrated. How many glasses of water, like, what do you try doing a day?
Well, they say about 8 glasses, but it fluctuates. So normally I'll do like a gallon a day, a gallon of distilled water, because I like distilled water because it allows me to flush the minerals out of my body. Because our body can't break down minerals. So I do distilled water, so allow it to flush it out, and then but I might drink a gallon a day. Tomorrow I only need a half a gallon.
Right. Okay.
So,
I got you.
That's how you fluctuate.
You got to know your body.
That's important.
And that gets into it. And that's where somebody needs a personal trainer. You know, you can't always do it on your own.
You can't.
I will tell you one thing that I really like. When you talk about minerals, minerals are something that now I used to work at GNC, so now here's my chance to where I was having my muscle milks and all that stuff. But what I was going to say is, people would go in, and there used to be a popular product called Vanadyl sulfate, and this was like big back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Okay, so I've been in the game for a minute. Well, they were giving you what was a trace mineral, but people were taking too much of it, and it would get you really vascular, and you do good stuff. But people are starting to have problems with the kidneys and things because it's not like vitamin C. It's actually will build up in your system. So I love it, man. We could probably get tips from you all day.
Hey,
all right.
Hey. You gotta come see me on my page.
All right, yeah, that was the tea. I only gave you guys, I only let you give them 3, and the rest of it you got to go to his app and check him out. Hey, I do have one tip that I think is important. If you're out there and you're trying to go into a program, or you're trying to get back onto a program, you have got to set your eyes sometimes on a accomplishable goal.
Yes.
And sometimes it starts with, I don't want to go to the gym today, but just dedicate yourself to going and doing 10 minutes at the gym today.
So true.
Get on that treadmill and walk for 10 minutes if that's all you got. Because then sometimes when you get that 10 minutes in, all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I got 20 more minutes, or I got 10. I think it's when you set that bar so high, you want to go out and be Jon Smalls right off the bat, and you got to build up to it. So you guys got 3 tips from a personal trainer. You got 1 from me. So all right, there you go.
You got a lot.
All right, my friend. Well, look, man, it's been a lot of fun having you on the show, and I definitely would love to get you back on more in the future to do some more tips with us. But let's go through it again. How can people find you? Let's talk about the app and where you are online.
So you can download my app on your Android or your Apple Store. SPZ 720 Fitness. The pronunciation is Spiz. Hopefully one day I would get that in the dictionary. Spiz is a household name.
All right, I'm writing Webster today. All right.
Watch out. And as well, you can find me on social media, on all social media platforms under SPZ 720 Fitness. And as well, I am on YouTube as well, too, under SPZ 720 Fitness.
Fantastic, man. What do you think about TikTok? You doing some of that, too?
I am. I just don't have. I got to get a camera crew now.
Okay,
I don't have time for that.
Hey, we'll see what we can do for you over at Leader Mentality. We might be able to help you out with that.
Okay.
All right. Well, my friend, it's been good to have you.
Likewise.
Let's get one last bottoms up on this protein shake here.
Watch your muscles grow right here in front of you.
We're going to go hit the gym next. Anyway, all right, Jon. Well, good to have you, brother.
Yes.
And look forward to seeing you all next time on the Leader Mentality Show. Make sure to like and share us on the social media platforms of your choice. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Carolina Bays Real Estate and Construction. And we'll see you guys all next time on the Leader Mentality Show.